welcome back to another episode of Campus Clutch, where we talk all things culture, creativity, and college life right here at North Carolina A&T State University. I'm your host, Mirah Lachae, and today's episode is all about purpose, passion, and using your gift to make an impact. My guest today embodies all three. He's a junior theater major with a minor in political science, the founder of Black Boy Diary, a nonprofit committed to uplifting Black and Brown communities through service and advocacy, and the author of What's in Your Diary, a guide to perfecting your gifts to impact others. He's also made waves beyond campus, participating in the Harris County Leadership Internship Program this past summer and winning the Youth Champion of Reproductive Health Award this October. He's a changemaker, a creative, and a true example of leadership in motion. Please welcome Tyler Lewis.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
You have all my information. I don't know where you go.
A lot of research. I'm so glad you could join me. You built such a strong name for yourself on campus and beyond, and I really want to get into who you are and why you do what you do. So, for starters, let's just talk about who you are and what you've been doing beyond the stage as a leader and advocacy.
Of course. So I've had the opportunity, like you said, to do a couple different opportunities as far as like organizing, working with nonprofits, like you said, working for Commissioner Ellis this summer. That was a great opportunity. Commissioner Ellis has been in public service for 40 years, so I got to learn all about all the systemic issues that happen in Houston and within Harris County. It strengthened my organizing background, learning different organizing methods, some different things I've been able to use, bringing back to A&T as well. Beyond that, the work I've been able to do with nonprofits such as Planned Parenthood, like you said earlier, has been super dope, super cool. It's not often you see a lot of Black men in these spaces. Last summer I got to travel to DC for a reproductive freedom conference, and I was the only Black man in the entire room. And it was a whole bunch of beautiful women who were showing their stories about abortion rights and their own personal stories. And it was great to be able to not only share my own passion, why I'm involved in the work, but also to sit back and listen, just to soak it in, and just to know that we have to be these seats at the table, because not gonna lie, they're waiting to hear what we want to say, or they're waiting to hear the bad part of how Black men aren't showing up or how we're not supporting, but to be able to be there and be I'm a Black man at this table when I'm here, showing up, supporting and fighting for the cause, and educating myself and educating the men around me is really important to me. So yeah, this is doing good.
And were you always this driven and wanting to make an impact in your community?
Yeah, I would say from a little kid. My friends always tease me because they always say as a kid I always knew who I was. I have a backpack that I carry around sometimes, and it says education is the biggest gift you can use to change the world. And as a kid, I was always the type of person I never had a career or had a desire to have a career that wasn't public service. I always wanted to be either a lawyer or I wanted to be a doctor at one time, but it always revolved around wanting to make a difference and help other people. So I say when I got to college, I was able to just kind of take those passions, that drive that I always had within, to kind of make it into something that was more meaningful, and actually being able to see my work come to fruition. So yeah, it was super dope to get to see the journey of my growth. I've always wanted to be in public service, always wanted to make a difference, but now I'm actually getting the opportunity to do those things, be in these rooms and do that.
Mm-hmm. And I know that I introduced you as a theater major, but are you still a theater major?
No, I changed my major.
Oh.
My sophomore year, I had the opportunity to change my major to public relations, and this fall, I got the opportunity to add a double major in political science. So I'm in public relations and political science.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry for...
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm always a theater student at heart.
Period. And what made you want to go into public relations? And since you were minoring in political science originally, what made you want to make it an official major as well?
Of course. So my overall career goal is to be a political strategist. If you don't know what a political strategist is, it's basically the person who comes up with the strategy of any campaign or what an elected official is doing, and they traditionally serve as their chief of staff once they're elected. So my overall career goal is to be the White House chief of staff one day, hopefully. But the reason why I'm so drawn to public relations and political science is it's kind of a mix of the two. PR is a lot of imaging and branding and coming up with what you kind of want to see from those people and what you want to see from a brand. And the political science, is more of the statistics and history and organizing methods of all that. So bringing those together, I've always wanted to be able to connect voters with the candidates that matter and connect with them the most. I have done some organizing work, and there's so many people that are I don't really like that candidate or this person doesn't connect with me, but I'm if you took a deeper approach, or if they were marketed a different way, you may have a different take on them, or respect them more, even not on vice versa. Like sometimes I think that if we're able to educate ourselves in candidates, we may not vote for these people because not everybody who is on the same party lines as us or they're in our community, they're not actually, rooting for us. So I definitely think that it's really important to be like to have the imaging part of like any political campaign or any political opponent.
And let's just talk about Black Boy Diary.
My baby.
What inspired you to start Black Boy Diary?
Yes. So it was the summer before I came to A&T. I had just kind of came off the brink of like, graduating and like doing all the college and like community stuff that I was doing. So I was like, I kind of want to branch out to do something new. When I originally started the organization, it was like, I want to do something, but I don't know exactly what. And I was told the story of like, I spent my first semester and my second semester at A&T kind of figuring out what that journey was going to be. It started as like not doing much right work. My first semester, I was kind of involved like on campus doing SGA. And then second semester, I had the opportunity of like being able to do my own service as Mr. Freshman. And my service was called DSLME. It was a service where we taught students like essential skills they don't learn in like the traditional curriculum. And after I did the program, I was like, okay, I want to continue this program, but like I don't know where it has a place. Like I was like, I don't want to start a whole new program. I don't have to start something new. So I wanted to figure out how I could grow my organization that I already had and mix it with like this new service that I love and I created. So I found a way to like rewrite my mission, go back to the drawing board, and just like figure out what was important to me. And today I've actually had the opportunity like to watch my organization grow into something I'm so proud of. I literally came from service today twice. We had service this morning at 7 this morning and 10. So I've been in service twice today. But it's so rewarding to be able to hang out with the students and to like connect with other students at A&T. I've been able to build this great community of like great volunteers, people who are so passionate about the work like that we do. And they come up with such great ideas. Like every week we're able to provide like weekly service opportunities on Sundays. We're able to do different educational services in like the Guilford County school system. So it's super great. I really love it.
That's good. I just love seeing like everybody make their own organization here at A&T because A&T is such a creative university. For those who don't know what Black Boy Diary is, can you explain what it's about, what services you guys provide, and just like kind of like a little summary.
Okay, sounds great. Yeah, I wanted to say, like, I absolutely agree with your point, too. Like, I love how everyone's able to bring, like, their different passions to the table and create, like, an organization that, like, represents them and things they're passionate about. So I definitely love, like, even your podcast, like, that's why I was like, I absolutely love that you're able to, like, address, like, you talked about, address the need, like, that you see in, like, your campus and your community and, like, market something towards that's, like, actually addresses. So I love that. But about Black Boy Diary, we are a community service and advocacy-based organization. We focus towards Black and brown communities and, like, providing services to them. So we traditionally try to focus on like impacting the generation that comes behind us. So that's why we do our life essential skills program called DSLME. We do other programs like a debutante program that we're working on right now to try to get started for next semester. We're trying to do it this semester, but kids get so busy and so much, like we're going to try to push this next semester. But that's my baby, so I'm super excited to start that. We also have had the opportunity of doing a Sunday service program. So every Sunday we create a different service opportunity. So that's like we did, we packed candy bags during Halloween for students. We did we baked cookies for the homeless recently. I know this last Sunday we did thank you card for students, not students, staff on campus. So yeah, we've been able to do different opportunities each Sunday to like, get people out. And like, I know Sundays is a day where like you at church, what I'm saying, where you have homework to do. So it's a good day to like 2-3 hours of the day give back to your community, do something meaningful. What else do we do? Oh my gosh. We have a Crowns and Confidence program where we teach students like confidence building skills that we're starting up in the spring semester. So yeah, we're at 4 different locations around Guilford County. We give about 15 hours a week for service, so it's pretty great. I'm enjoying it. It's probably the highest speed that we've been at so far. So it's like super scary, super busy, but like I love it. It's super great.
Oh, that's really good. If you're watching,
yes,
check out Black Boy Diary.
Spring applications are coming out, so y'all definitely tap in.
Period. What's been the biggest challenge you faced turning this idea into an actual organization?
I will say procrastination. Like it's so hard to like actually get, like so many people have so many great ideas now. So people like if you can get over the hump of like just having the idea and like actually like building out the time to like make a plan and actually get the people involved and like just do the actual idea. That's like the hardest part, honestly. Like once you get it started, you're going. Like you just keep going from there. The wheels just keep spinning. So I would say the hardest part for me really was like just to go, like to press go. I think there's sometimes like where I have an idea and I'm like, this is kind of crazy, and I don't know if this is gonna work out, but like, y'all let me know what y'all think. And my team is always like, yeah, Tyler, or like, absolutely not, like absolutely not. So shout out to them because they definitely bear with me. But I definitely think the biggest part and like the biggest challenge is just like getting past the first initial step, like just making a difference, like getting out of like the planning phase for sure.
That's good. And what do you hope it continues to represent for young Black and brown men coming up behind you?
Definitely that it's okay to like challenge the status quo of like making a difference, and like making a difference doesn't always look like having to be a part of something, but like starting your own. And I think it's okay to like be a part of other things and grow and like support other people's work, but I also think it's very important to like nurture your own passions, because I think that we all have like our individual gifts that God has given us, and I think it's important to like find your thing and like find your little corner of the sky and like really work hard and like make that, you know, known to the world, like what you're really passionate about, like what you really care about.
And just using your voice when God's given you that voice.
And I think it's like so important because like so often like people are so passionate about things and they care so much about them, but it's like we waste so much time just being passionate or just like caring about things and not doing the action behind it. It's like, what good is like all of these amazing gifts if you're not putting the work behind it?
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember I was talking to my friend, and she was like, "You miss 100% of your opportunities because you're overthinking it too much." So I'm just seeing how Black Boy Diary has grown so much. Did you expect it to be like this big? Did you expect it to be so out to the Guilford County?
I would say originally no. Like honestly, originally no. Originally when I started the org, like I'd never thought it would be something more than just like a little small group of people, you know, just like a group of people that are passionate about, you know, getting out and doing some service, want to make a difference. And then I would say around last semester, I started to see like a big rampant pickup. Like people wanting to be involved, people signing up for our stuff. We started to have like people were fighting over the signups for service. Like they're filling up. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Right.
And so I started to like watch it grow and like kind of like have like what's the word? Have faith in like the growth process. Like to know that like wherever it goes or how big it gets or how little it is, like whatever is kind of what God has for it to be. And like that's kind of just been the journey of like how I felt about like the growth process. Like I always feel like if we have the space, if we have the time, if we have the people, we can do it. And I think that like sometimes it's like we said earlier, it's scary and it's hard to like do new things, like to create programs, because you don't know if you're gonna have the support, you don't know if you're gonna have the time, the effort, the money that goes into it. Oh my gosh. But like at the end of the day, like when you put your mind to it and like you put the faith behind it, it's gonna work out. Right?
It's all worth it. You also wrote a book.
I did.
What's in your diary? Can you just say like what the book is about, like in general, and what pushed you to write it?
Of course. I'll start backwards. So I started the book January 2nd, 2025. And I was sitting in the car, it was like around New Year, and my dad like loves to play around. Like he's the biggest jokester. So he was like, he said something, he was like, you should write a book, you should write a book. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, no, that's a good idea. And one of my friends from A&T at the time was actually visiting me in Dallas. So we were riding in the car, and he was like, that's not a bad idea, Tyler, you should write a book. And I was like, I'm not gonna write a book. Like, what do I even talk about? Like, that makes no sense. Like, I don't even know what I was talking about. So someone at the time had DM'd me on Instagram, and they were asking me about how I started Black Boy Diary, and I was like, you know, sharing all the information and like my backstory and like the planning and like the documents that I use and stuff like that. And then someone else DM'd me the next day, and I was like, okay, this is odd. Like, this is kind of a sign, you know? So I was like, what if I wrote a book about like how I started my journey and like what it's like to be a teenager, or to be, at the time I was 19, so to have what it's like to be 19 and run a nonprofit and like balance your schoolwork and like grow up in front of like what other people are, you know, other people's perception, other people's eye, and like just the public image, and like what it's like to be like a HBCU student, basically. So I was like, what if I wrote a book about just my journey? So that's what I did. I wrote the book in I think 6 weeks, 7 maybe. I would literally be doing homework in the day or like going to class, and I would spend like hours at night writing the book, or I would like take time away from my friends, like I'm busy, y'all, I gotta write a book. I told nobody, only 2 people know I was writing this book. So I finished it, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna send it around to like some people I know, like to see what they think. So everyone thought it was like a homework project, like some stuff I was doing like a class. So they're like, okay, cool. So I got the opportunity to like share it and like, you know, proofread it and like put it out. So that's like the journey.
That's good. And do you plan on making any more books, or is it really just
you know
one?
what's so funny, I really do want to. There's a special one thing I said, that if I'm gonna write another book, I really want to do a children's book, and I want it to be about the journey of like a little black boy just going through like, you know, an HBCU experience or something like that. So I don't know. I plan on hopefully getting to that soon. So we'll see if I get to that soon.
That's good. What message do you hope readers, especially college students, because that's what it's mainly towards, do you want to take away from this book?
Yeah. My biggest thing was that I wanted people to leave the book feeling inspired to like basically take their wildest dreams or their wildest passions and turn it into like an actual plan or actual vision. Whether that's like creating something or being a part of something else, or just being able to like take the skills or the passion that you have and like put it towards something else. You know, like how to actually, like I said it on the book. I said like finding ways to perfect your gifts to impact others. And that's kind of like basically what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a way for people to use their gifts and be able to like figure out who needs the gifts, what their target audience is, and how they can actually reach those people and like make a difference in their life.
That's good. If you could go back and write a message to your younger self in that same diary, what would you say?
That's such a good question. I would say it's okay to fail, and it's okay to like learn from your mistakes. Like it's okay to know that like every mistake is not the end of the world. Like growing up, I was a high achiever, like very high achiever. I graduated high school in 3 years. So
as you should.
So I really tried my best to always like strive for the best. But as I got to college, I learned that like it's okay to fail, and like your mistakes teach you so much. Like I've learned the most not at the highs or like the best moments of like, you know, my college career, like the things that I've been able to do. It's been the moments where it's like it feels like I'm alone, or it feels like I don't know what I'm doing, or I'm like having to go back to the drawing board from square one, or it's like I made this really big mistake and like I can't really come back from this, and I have to figure out like how can I make myself proud. It's not really about anyone else. Like how can I do this for me? So I definitely think like that's what I would put to my younger self for sure.
That's good. I do want to ask, did you self-publish or did you publish through a company?
So it was self-published. Amazon gives you the option actually to self-publish your own books through. We don't really support Amazon, but unfortunately, I put it out through Amazon because it was great.
You know, it's a little easier.
Yeah, it was a little easier. But yeah, it was an easy experience. I think the hardest part was actually uploading. Like it took me days to upload. It was so work, and it was like because the font has to be exactly like the text size, like how you convert it over. So it wasn't bad. I originally wrote it in like a Word doc, and then I got transformed it into like the pages I wanted to look like. But yeah, it wasn't hard.
I needed that advice because I'm writing a book.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Write your book, and y'all write your book too. Everybody write a book.
If you want to write a book, if you want to start an organization, do it.
Because share your story. Like at the end of the day, it's your story. Like, somebody got to share it.
So we did bring up the Harris County Leadership Program. What was your experience like, and what did you take away from it?
Oh my God, I would say it's probably the best experience I've ever had. Like it's my favorite job, my favorite role. Like I learned so much. Like they put me into like, I worked for the Community Affairs and Advocacy Division, so that's like so up my alley. Like being able to be out there with the people, talk to the people, fight for the people, meet with people, and I got to do things from like ranging from flood equity to like bail reform to voter rights. Like I did so many different things in this one little role over the summer, and it taught me so much. I got to my bosses were like congresswomen and congressmen. I got to meet with some of the best in the business, as they say. So it was really, really great to like get to learn from people, and everyone was black. That's why I love so much. Like everyone looked like me. Everyone was fighting for the same causes as me. I didn't have to like dim down who I was and code switch. I could like be authentically Tyler. So it was so great to like get to learn from those people and like learn about those issues and like learn how to organize and strategize around these issues and like figure out how it affects different communities. And like in a city like Houston, where the population is so like big in black and brown areas, and there's so many black and brown communities, like you get to learn how like systemic issues really do affect one community based on like what you look like, how much money you have, where you live. So yeah.
That's good. So you're from Houston?
I'm from Dallas.
Oh,
yes.
Period.
The biggest city in Texas.
Yeah, I got family in Texas.
Okay. What part?
Well, there's a small county, the orange part, but that's near Houston. So, yeah. I know some people from Dallas, so.
Yes, I love Texas-ish.
Not ish.
I would say I would never move back, but I grew up there.
Really?
Yes, I think it's a great place to live. I've lived there my entire life, so like it's not my favorite place. Like my dream place to live is California,
Oh.
I love California. I love LA. I love the beach.
That's crazy. I want to move to Texas.
It's a nice place to live. Where are you from?
I'm from the DMV area.
Okay, yeah. So you'll probably like Texas. It's totally different.
Yeah.
And like Texas, you can go. Different cities are like different, completely different places. Like Dallas and Houston, day and night.
Yeah.
Day and night.
I can't even see. Like I've been to Houston. I haven't been to Dallas. And then my brother was stationed in. Yeah, I think he was in San Antonio. So he would tell me how different it is, and then like I can even tell the difference a little bit. So, but I want to go to every part.
Yeah,
I gotta
it's
see
definitely.
everything.
If you travel Texas, you'll definitely find like a place you're like, oh, I like this. It's like everyone has their own. Like when I was in Houston, I was like, I love this for like college Tyler.
Yeah.
Adult Tyler could not live in a place where like there's so much going on all the time. Like I gotta focus.
Right.
Like, but it's a great time to live like in college, like when you're really young, because like so much stuff to do. So much stuff to do.
Oh, period. I'll keep that in mind. I actually do want to go to grad school in Texas.
Okay,
so,
yes.
yeah.
I'm not sorry.
So you did win the Youth Champion of Reproductive Health Award. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And what did that recognition mean to you personally?
Well, for me, it was I was extremely honored. Like, we were the first guys to ever win the award. So, like, it's always been given to amazing women who are in this fight. And, like, honestly, like, the fight for reproductive freedom is not very male-led at all. I mean, you have so many men who are fighting to, like, you know, take away women's rights. So it's, like, not traditional to see men, like, at the front of this issue. So, to be honored by playing for women was a great opportunity. They flew us out. They paid for our entire weekend. It was super great, super great. And Congressman Maxwell Frost like accepted the award like right in front of us. So it was so great to like be in the same room as like people who were actually like in Congress fighting every day for us to be able to like, you know, have these rights and for women to have these rights. So I think it's so amazing to like be honored and just have my name in that realm for like the work that we've been doing. So yeah.
That's good. With everything you do, how do you stay grounded and protect your peace while still showing up for others?
It's so funny because I was just talking about this like before I came here with my mentor. I was like, I literally, I feel like this semester I've like been super busy, and like every semester I like try to increase my level of like how much I'm doing because like I just always want to push myself more. But I always try to remember like why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. For me, it's never about like a resume builder or like a title or like a role. It's always about the work that I'm doing. So I'm very intentional with like, I'm only doing this to make sure I can actually make a difference. Like I'm the kind of person, y'all, my phone just fell out of my pocket. So, but I'm the kind of person who like, if I see a role or a position or a title and I'm like, I can't add anything to that, I'm not gonna apply for it. I'm not gonna run for it because like, there's nothing for me to do there. But if I feel like this is something that I can actually bring my expertise to, or like bring a different perspective, or actually like, you know, bring something more to the table, then I'm gonna do it. So I feel like a lot of times I do get very, very busy. I often am like always doing something. Like I'm leaving here to go do work for my internship, and then I'm leaving there to go to do more work. So it's like always doing something. But I love it, and I love being busy, and I enjoy like to see the fruits of my labor actually, like to be able to see like the impact, like when I'm talking with the kids or spending time at service, like to get to see like the smile on their face or like the difference that it's making, or like to like you said, like the award that I just won for Planned Parenthood, that was so great to like see like the work they were doing is not going unnoticed. Like people are actually, you know, being able to see like these numbers are going up, like people are actually getting involved with like these organizations or these advocacy groups. Like it means so much to me because like that's what it's all about. It's all about making a difference and being able to like build an impact in your community. So the fact that like my overall goal is to leave A&T with like Tyler Lewis made a difference in the Guilford County and the Greensboro community, and I feel like I can leave and say that. So that's all that matters.
And it's funny that you actually say that it's not about a resume builder, because I think a lot of people look at the people, like the students here, kind of look at everybody like, oh, they're joining all these different things and doing all these different things for one thing.
Right.
But in reality, a lot of people make these organizations and do all these different things because they're trying to make an impact themselves.
Right.
Like God gave you a vision and you just brought it to life. And I think a lot of students nowadays need to really separate, like not everything has to be involved in what A&T is known for.
Right.
Like it's bigger than that. I'm not gonna just do all this just to join something.
I promise you I'm not wasting my time.
Like it's not that serious, I promise. I promise.
No, and I agree, and I think that like the thing about that is that, like, I can agree with that. I've definitely heard the argument of, like, so many people do things in a disingenuous way or for other things or to do it for recognition, like personal gain. And the thing that, like, I've always told people, like, I've learned to come to terms with is, like, we're not the gatekeepers of, like, how passionate someone is or, like, what their intentions are behind it. So it's really none of our business.
Right.
And I think that, like, at the end of the day, like, yes, I do agree. There are some people who they do things out their wrong intentions, but there are also so many people, and the majority of people who are doing this out here, y'all, are genuinely passionate about the work they're doing, and they genuinely love to make a difference in their community. They genuinely love to be involved, and that's why they're here. That's why they're doing it. It's like people aren't just doing this. Like, student leaders spend so much time, like, out of our days. We give up so much of our free time, like our mental health, to be a part and to be involved. And, like, people are not just. You're not sitting here on this podcast, you know, just to waste your time. You know, so it's like,
sorry. Yeah. Like, I just feel like a lot of people, like, and I don't know where it stems from, because even, like, I did see this one girl who started an organization, and, you know, she's a very known person, and, you know, I got side chat, so I'm going on side chat, and everybody's just like, oh, she's doing this for this, this, and that, and, like, it's just so negative. I'm like, why?
Yeah, that's one thing I will say, not to too much on it, but I absolutely hate the culture of A&T that is always having to jump on someone's back. Yeah. And I think that, like, sometimes you don't understand, like, it's so scary to even put out an organization or to run for a position or to even put your name on social media or out there on campus. And it's like, for someone to put their name out there and then to hear negative criticism, it really does deter people from, like, wanting to be involved, like, to feel like they matter, like, they're important here. And I think that, like, that's such a negative culture that we really do have to get rid of at A&T, because it really does ruin so many people's perspective, like, positive perspectives, or, like, drive to want to do things and make a difference here at A&T. And I think that, like, it's so sad that we have that. Like, I personally, I hate side chat. I've had side chat to the office for, like, almost 2 years, year and a half. But it's, like, it's so negative. It's, like, I know it's not always like that, but, like, it's so sad that, like, because people are on an app where, like, they don't have to show their face, or they don't have to put their name behind it, or, like, no one knows who it is, they're going to say whatever they want to say and, like, not think about the things that they're saying is going to tear down someone or, like, make them feel away. Like, regardless of the, like, how you feel about that person, love them, hate them, like, a person still has to go home and, like, close their eyes, put their head down, and, like, they're going to think about all the things that were said about them, all the things that you might have put on this anonymous app, and they're not going to know who you are, but you're going to know exactly who they are, even though they're going to see these things. So, yeah, I hate that.
It's crazy, but I'm happy that you, like, kept going, and kept doing what you wanted to do, despite how A&T culture is on the negative side of it.
Yes, but I'm a big believer in for every negative person, there's 3 more or 5 more positive people that are rooting for you. And I definitely learned to, like, not focus on the negative. Like, there's always people that care about you and that love you and support you. And at the end of the day, you can choose your time. You can choose to use your time focusing on people that don't like you or the people that do. It's like, it's up to you what you choose.
Right. And so I didn't know that you were Mr. Freshman.
I was.
How was that? And how did that, like, shape your college
years?
Years
oh, that's such a good question. Okay. And, like, you're the first person that ever asked me this question, so I love this. When I ran for Mr. Freshman, well, coming to A&T, before I was going to apply to colleges, I knew if I went to HBCU, I wanted to, like, I wanted to do Mr. Freshman. Like, I didn't want to do anything beyond that. But I was like, I wanted to do Mr. Freshman. Like, I thought that'd be a good opportunity to, like, get involved and, like, do service, like, my freshman year and, like, build a community. So when I applied to school, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna go here. And I got to A&T, I was like, okay, I have to do it at A&T. Like, A&T has the best road report ever. Like, we're known for the best road report. Like, we always put it on, we always said, like, the service is always T, like, it's always good. So I was like, my freshman year, I'm gonna run. So I was just this little boy from Texas with a dream. And it happened for me. And I always tell people it was the biggest blessing in disguise, because it pushed me to get involved and it pushed me to believe in myself. And before that, I would say I was the type of person who, like, I would have goals or things I wanted to do, but I was like, I don't know how that's really gonna work out for me. And it definitely pushed me to want to do more and to believe in myself more. And I was like, it's definitely one of the best opportunities that I was fortunate enough to have. So yeah, I met so many amazing people. I got to create a program that I still do today, that I love. The service part of it is, like, my favorite part, like, being able to be out in the community. Being on the road report, like, you get so many opportunities to just, like, not only be out in the community, but to watch other people, like, lead and, like, be the service leads and, like, on the community and in the class. And that's such a thing I love. Like, one thing I wish I could go back and do more is kind of highlight the people in my class who, like, did amazing service opportunities. because like there's so many people. Like, yes, you're the head of your class of service, like, you know, you're creating service for your class, but like within your class you get to watch all these people who, like, your peers create service that motivates you and like pushes you to do better. So it's so great. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that. Did you have, like, do you plan on doing SGA again, or was that just like a one and done?
We'll see.
Stay tuned.
We'll see.
When you look at everything you've done so far, what does impact mean to you now?
To me, impact means being able to know that, like, at the end of the day, you left something that was meaningful to you, and like it was meaningful to the other person or the other group that you're serving. I think like impact is not all about numbers. It's not all about participation. It's all about the value and the quality of what you're leaving with someone, and like how you're able to like change their life or change their day or like make their day. Like I've been able to have service events where there's 3 people, and it's been just as meaningful as a service event that there's 30 people. And I think that like it just depends on what you're doing and like how you're making impact in someone's life.
You kind of already said it earlier, but what kind of legacy or memory do you hope to leave at A&T and just in the world in general?
Yes, I love, a big lesson I learned at A&T was the song Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. It just talks about how like to make a change you first have to look within yourself. And I think that like that's something that I learned that I would want to leave as legacy. It's like to make a change you first have to like within yourself for multiple reasons. The first reason is that you have to figure out what you're passionate about and like where you really can make a change in. And the second thing is like sometimes you have to like the things that you have to fix about yourself, you're able to fix like making a difference in someone else's life. Like I would say some of the things are like the personal hiccups or like things I had to like learn or grow about myself. I really discovered them like working in service work or like being a public servant or like being a leader, because like it stretches your talents and your abilities, and like it stretches the good and bad things about you. Like being a leader, there's gonna be moments where you mess up. There's gonna be moments where you're doing a great job.
Right.
But it just depends on like what life, the hand that life deals you. And I think that like the important part about that is just like to leave something that's important.
Lastly, before we wrap up, what's next? What's next for you for Black Boy Diary? What do you look forward to?
Well, for Black Boy Diary, I'm just excited to watch it grow. My overall plan for that is like really graduate and like still have it as a flourishing organization that works in the community out here, and then to one day be old and have my flourishing nonprofit that's around the country. What's next for me? Well, I'm studying for law school right now for my LSAT. It's horrible. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And so yeah, just continuing my advocacy work. Like I said, stay tuned. And we'll see. I'm excited for what this year, this is my journey has to bring.
I'm excited to see. We're gonna do a quick little fun activity.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you can say the first thing that comes to mind. But if it's like a long answer, then you can just say that as well. Okay. Since you were a theater major and you were in theater, what's your favorite play or theater production?
I absolutely love Chicago.
Really?
Chicago is one of my favorites. I love Chicago. I would say straight plays. I did this show called To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. It's the story of Lorraine Hansberry. She wrote Raisin in the Sun. But she was like the first black female playwright on Broadway. And like she talks about how like, and it's like my book is kind of inspired from a quote from that show that I did my senior year. And she talks about like this nation needs your gifts to perfect them. And I always use that quote because she said it to a group of college students at the UNCF conference in like 1960. And I just absolutely love it because it's such a great show. It just tells the story of like how black people just took on Broadway. We run it now.
Right. What's your dream collaborator or mentor?
I love Kamala Harris. I love Kamala Harris, and I love Kamala Harris because she represents the story of what it's like to be a black American student and like an HBCU student. Like she kind of has similar HBCU experiences to us, of like going to HBCU, being involved on campus, and like going beyond those walls and like flourishing from there. So yeah, I love Kamala Harris.
Period. I love her too.
That's my girl.
She was our president.
I wish. Oh my gosh.
What's one quote or mantra you live by?
Everything that I have, everything that I need, is everything that I have within. And that's just a quote and a mantra that I always use. It just reminds you that you don't always have to look beyond the walls like other people or other things that find what you need. Like sometimes you just got to have things right there.
Right. One word that describes your current season in life.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good question. That's a good one. I'm gonna say the word growth. This is in the season of growth.
Yeah.
Definitely growth.
Period. And lastly, one thing you want the Black community to remember about your work.
I want the Black community to remember that my work not only inspires other people to get involved, but pushes other people to do what's right and to like really be the champions of like their community and for their voices.
I love that. that is such a good way to end this episode. Like
Thank
that
you so
was
much for
really
having
good.
me. This is so
Of
great.
course. Thank you so much for just coming in, sitting down with me today, and I just hope that people, after watching this, that people really take from it and are inspired to start their own organization, write their own books, and do what they dream of doing, because you got to do it yourself.
And y'all let me know. I'm always down to help, always here to give advice, or just to bounce ideas. Just let me know. Text me.
Yes. Before you go, tell everyone where they can follow you and stay updated with Black Boy Diary and your projects.
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram, on most social media platforms. My Instagram is the.tylerlewis. It's real simple, so it's fine. And Black Boy Diary is Black Boy Diary on all Instagram, all social media platforms. I can't talk it, but yeah, on Instagram for sure. But yeah, y'all tap in.
Y'all go follow him and Black Boy Diary. Tap in. Spring applications are coming
Yes, they're
soon.
coming, and I'm so excited. Like we always have so many applicants, and they're always so great. So I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yes.
That is a wrap on this episode of Campus Clutch. As always, make sure you follow us on social media at Campus Clutch Podcast. Stream the episode everywhere, and remember to stay grounded, stay growing, and keep in clutch, Aggies.
Well, I love that. That's so good.